Welcome back to this NIMBY rail series where we are rebuilding the entirety of the National Rail. Today is the 11th episode. We are going down the list in alphabetical order, so today is G for the Greater Anglia. So let's get on to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in all the way over to Liverpool Street over here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a couple more lines into the station. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of all this section down here, and I'm also going to put in just this extra platform over here, just so that Liverpool Street Station is one entire station. So now that we have the entirety of Liverpool Street Station done, all we're going to do is we're going to expand this through, and then we're going to have a couple of lines coming straight through up like so. So I'm going to have this one roll along through here and then curve in like so, and I'm going to have another piece of track coming through here. We're just going to curve off and it comes through into Liverpool Street Station down here like that, and all the other lines are kind of just going to merge in wherever I see fit. So this one will come up and just go through there, then I'm just going to have this one come round and then in. And then this one is just going to merge in with this one just here. And that's just going to come in to that platform there. And that will go through just like so. So actually what I'm going to do here, I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to have a tunnel underneath. And we're just simply going to come straight past like this. But I am also going to have a curve just like this, so at least trains that do run up this branch can also use the branch as well. So now from here, all we're going to do is we're going to head towards Stratford Station. So all we need to do is come straight along through here. And then from here, we're just going to continue this bridge all the way along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and squeeze 2 additional platforms in here, just like that. So this one will come up, and that will go through like so. And I'm also going to have a curve off through here onto this line, which will go up through this section here. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put in another platform in here. And this one will come through and it's just going to link up with that, so I don't have to merge with them. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this come through round, and I'm going to remove this section. Actually, I don't know why the fuck I did that. So we're going to have 2 platforms here, and I'm also going to put in brand new signals in over there. And even onto the platforms themselves, and also just outside the station. So with Stratford done, all we need to do is we need to kind of just continue our way through and come past Maryland Station here. And basically we're just going to come along the entirety of the current Elizabeth line through here. But also what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back just because I need to place this in to that branch line as well. So it'll be like that, so that can also just skip past all of these stations. And we will just continue this all the way up. We're going to continue this all the way up to Romford Station. So we're going to come straight past Ilford here. And here at Romford, the platform is already put in, so we can continue. And also what we're going to do is we're just going to have this little curve track here, because that platform is also being used for the overground section between Upminster and Romford. So we're just going to switch track over to here. And then before Gideon Park, we're also just going to come off it. And we are going to go zooming all the way up to Shenfield Station. So So just tunneling under this road. And we have one more station to go, and that will be Shenfield Station, which we'll just put in just next to the current platform. And from here we're just going to continue that line through, and then we're also going to continue this line through. So we're going to have this come into a tunnel just underneath this section, and we're also just going to come through and place this into there, and we're going to come through and up to our next station of Ingatestone. So the station will be just in a space here. So we're going to come just along this line and just link it up like so. So now from Ingatestone, we are just going to continue our line all the way through here up to our next station of Chelmsford. So we're going to bridge along this section, and up here will be Chelmsford Station. So we're just going to have a curved platform in a Chelmsford over here. So we're going to have something just like this, and just link this up like so. And the next Greater Anglia station we have along this bit will be just up the road over here. So here will be Beauty Park Station, but because the station will be completed in 2025, we are not going to be putting it in as of yet. But our next station is literally just over here in this gap here. So we're just going to link that in. So now we're going to continue up to our next station, which is just over here. And then this will be Witham Station. Now I'm just going to quickly come back down like so. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm actually going to move the station back all the way over here, because here we're going to continue along through here, but there is a line from the Wall Street station all the way up to Braintree there, so we will leave that in. So we're just going to continue on the line we're currently doing up to Norwich now. So the next station will be Kelvin, which is just up here. So we're going to have to put this up onto a bridge. So now we're going to come through like so, with that back onto the line. So our next station will be Marks Tay, and that will be just up. Oh, that will actually let me make that. That is actually kind of strange. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the station of Marks Tay just in this spot here. And then here we're going to put in just a smaller section and get rid of this bit, because that will be the shuttle service up to Sudbury. But with that being said, I am going to continue this line through to our next station of Colchester, which will be around this bend and over into here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 platforms in, because we will be using, or we will be coming back into Colchester at some point later down the line to put in a shuttle service between Colchester and Colchester town. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this line that kind of follows through, and this one here will be the line up to Colchester town. So we're just going to go as far as there. So now after this, our next station will be Manningtree. So we have quite a little bit of a way to go. So Manningtree station will be in this spot just in here. So our line will continue up through there and continue all the way across. But whilst I'm here, I might put in this line through to here. And also have this bit coming up and onto our line. So that section there will be all the way over to Harwich town over there. But we will be continuing our way through continuing all the way over one stop to Ipswich. So we're going to bridge across this section here, and we're going to come round curving this way because Ipswich station will be just along here. And I feel like at this point of NIMBY rows, I'm definitely using these curved platforms a lot more and a lot better than I used to. So we're just going to put in 2 separate platforms at Ipswich, just like this. We're also going to come into a tunnel just underneath this section. And here I'm also going to have a curve off and into the other platform at Ipswich station as well. This would help as well because there is another line out of Ipswich, but we are continuing to go straight up through here for now. But as well, I'm also just going to very quickly do this section, which would come across here and bridge along there, and this way would go towards Lowestoft and Felixstowe. And now we come back to our line and we are continuing all the way straight to our next station of Needham Market. So we're going to come through all of this nearly, and then we're going to also bridge across. I'm also just going to make this look a little bit better than it is, maybe, we'll see, just like that. And then from here we will be approaching Needham Market up through here. And then the station will be just in here. So we're just going to come back along here and also fix whatever the problem there is. And after Needham Market, our next station will be Stowe Market, which will be all the way along through this section and along and through into the station here. So now we're just going to put that through and also just fix that. So from Stowe Market, it is once again another really long trip all the way to our next station. So we're going to come along and through up this section here. Our line will continue up, but there's also another Greater Anglia branch coming off here, going through Elmswell and Bury St Edmund all the way over to Cambridge, Ely on that line, coming all the way down and all the way over to Peterborough as well. But we are going to continue on this line, going all the way over to Norwich first. This line will just come straight through here. So we're going to come through this section here, through here, and up through here. Just going to fix this bit as well because somehow it's angry. And our next station of this will be right in this space here. So we're going to put that through there, and I'm also just going to move the station over a tiny bit, just like this, just so we can get the best exit out the station through here. So we're just going to follow this line all the way up to our next station and our final station on this line, which will be Norwich. So we're going to come through as per usual. And then we're going to just tunnel underneath this section because we've got that bridge there which won't exactly let us bridge across, but we will come through underneath all of this section. We're also going to need to tunnel underneath this road, and then we're going to curve up into the line here, which will take us into Norwich station. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to just quickly fix that. And now after this we are going to do the line all the way over to Southend Victoria. So we're going to come all the way over to Shenfield, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a curve here going into the Elizabeth line platform at Shenfield, and I'm also going to have a curve coming through and off the branch over here. So then our first station will be all the way down over here. So we're going to put in the station just over here and then link that up. And then from here we're going to continue on to our next station of Wickford. Coming all the way through. And then over here will be the station of Wickford, so we're just going to bring that up there. We're also going to just come through the line like so, but I will also bring in this section because we will be doing this just afterwards, the line up to Southminster, but firstly we will continue going down towards South End of Victoria. So we're going to continue coming all the way down here and around this bend and then up this bend as well, and then just here will be our next station of Rayleigh. So we're just going to have that come across through and then up like so. So we're going to come straight through around this curve up here up to our next station of Hockley. And we're also going to continue along just this line through here and then up, maybe on a bridge depending on if the game will allow us, and they actually will allow it. So this bit here will be our next station of Rockford. So we're just going to put that through and then we're going to come down here. And then in this gap here will be Southend Airport. So then we're just going to have that come through. Maybe actually follow a bit where I want it to, like that. And then we're going to continue coming down. We're also going to bridge up over this section. We're also going to bridge up over this section and come into Prittlewell station here. So just like so. And then from here we are going to come down into Southend Victoria station. So I'm going to put in 6 platforms in here and get rid of all of that. So we're going to have that come through like so. And I'm going to have something like this coming all the way along like that. So now that is the Liverpool Street up to Norwich to Southend Victoria done. So now we're going to come all the way back over to Wickford because there is this branch line over to Southminster as I mentioned. So we're going to come along. I'm going to bridge all the way over that, and then our next station of Battles Bridge will be just here. So I'm just going to link this up quickly, and then we're going to continue along here, and then come around just into this section here, and this will be South Woodham Ferrers. So then we're just going to put that in through, and then we're going to continue coming all the way along and coming all the way through and into here, which will be North Fambridge. So we're just going to link these two up, and from here we're also just going to continue going straight all the way along just into here because this will be our next station of Hawthorne. So just link them, and then we're just going to come around this bend and come into our next station of Burnham on Crouch. And then we're also going to come around this bend. So we need a bridge over this. And then come all the way up to our final station of Southminster over here. So I'm going to put this in here. And just link them in. And just like that, we also have the Southminster branch added too. So now we're going to come all the way over into Colchester, because we are going to come through over to here, because this here will be Colchester Town Station. So from here, we are just going to continue this along. So just going to bridge across and have this line coming through like so, coming up through there. I'm also going to have the curve coming round through, and I'm also going to have the curve coming through along here and up there. I'm also going to have it something like that. So now we have the Colchester to Colchester Town and the Liverpool Street to Colchester Town service built in. We can now continue on to our next adventure down to Clacton-on-Sea, which does involve this line. So first I will need to just cut that bit off, and I'm going to put a knee station just along here, because this is going to come through Hythe just here, and then come through all the way along. And then our next station will be Wivenhoe, which will be just around this corner up here, and it will be just in this spot here. So we're just going to put that through there. I'm also going to just move the station along, just like this. And then through here we are going to go to the next station, which will be just over here. Just going to link them in. And then we're just going to come through and kind of start heading towards this bit. And then we're just going to come curving around up this section to our next station of Great Bentley here. So we're just going to put that through and head on to our next station. So we're going to bridge across this river here, and we're just going to move along through here and to our next station just here, which will be Wheelie Station. And we're just going to put that through, and then we're going to come out of the station and kind of just got to get a good angle of this like that, and then come up and around like so to our next station, which will be Thorpe-le-Soken. And we're just going to continue along up like that, and then this will be our final stop, and we are going to continue coming around, and then eventually at Clacton-on-Sea. Which will be located in this spot here. So I'm going to have this as the main line here, and then also have the curve into the other platform just there. So now we're going to come all the way down to Witham again. We're going to curve off this bit, come all the way along through here. I'm going to come round to our first station over here, which will be White Notley. So we're just going to come along like so. And then we're going to continue up through all of here. And this here will be our next station, and this one will be called Cressing Station. So we're just going to move all of this along over a bit and just link all of these up like so. And then from Cressing we are going to come along through this section. Then over here will be the next station of Braintree Freeport. So just going to link them. And over here will be Braintree Station. So I'm just going to put this in like so. Also just going to put this like that. And then we're going to come around this bend and come down into Freeport over here. So now from Braintree, we're going to come back all the way over to Colchester, because there is a Colchester to Walton-on-the-Naze line. So we're going to come along through here, and then we're going to just bring this into the line over there, and we will continue up like so. Then our first station along here will be Kirby Cross, which will be in this spot here. So we'll just put that through. And then the next station will be Frinton-on-Sea, which will be located just in this spot here. So, as per usual, link that up, and then we will continue on from the line up here. And then just into the spot over here. And then just like so. And then this will be Walton-on-the-Naze. And that is that line also completed. So now after that line, we are going to do the Manning Tree all the way over to Harwick Town. So we are just going to continue this line through and basically come around this curve and up to the station over here. And this station here will be Missley Station. And then like that. And then we're going to continue up around here. So now we're just going to continue along through this section, and then continue all the way through up, and over here will be our next station, and this one will be Ravness Station. So then we're just going to curve this just like that. And now we are just going to continue our way through the line, basically coming through all of these bits. Basically coming through up all these bits and coming all the way up here, because of our next station will be over here, and this will be Harwick International. So that will drop through there, and this bit will come along through here. So this section will just continue coming through, down, and over here into our next station. So this will come in just over here. And this will be Dovercourt. Then I will also make the platforms a lot smaller as well. Just like that. And then in the spot just here will be our final destination of Harwick Town. So we're literally just going to put that in to there, like that. And now we've got that line done, we can come all the way back over to Marks Tay over here, and we can continue on this line through here, up to our next station, all the way up here. I'm also just going to move that just slightly over a bit, like so. And the station will be just over here, and this will be called Chapel and Wakes Cone. So now we're going to come back over this bridge and through, and now we are going to continue up to our next station of whatever this name is, and then we're just going to put that through, and now we can go up to our final station of Sudbury. So we're just going to bridge over this and make our way over to Sudbury from here. And then I'm going to put in the station just in this spot here. So now that we have all of these lines done, it is time to work on the line coming from Bethnal Green. So we're going to continue up this line through here and then come all the way over to Cheshire. So we're going to come through this line up Cambridge Heath, Hackney Downs, and we're going to curve onto the Clapton branch. And just over here, what we're going to do is we are going to curve off the line just over here. And we are going to come across like so. And I'm also just going to put in this bit here. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to Stratford. And I'm going to come all the way along through here. And into Lea Bridge Station. Just like this. And then this will come across on a bridge over here. And then over into the line we've just made up here. And then we can come across up this main line together. So this will come up to Tottenham Hill Station up here. So now we're just going to link that up. And then we're going to come up to the next station up here, which will be Northumberland Park Station. So we're just going to have it like so. So we're going to just continue up. And over here will be our next station, which will be Meridian Water. And from here we're just going to continue along all the way up to our next station of Ponders End, which will be located in this spot here. So now just bring that along. So then after Ponders End, next station will be Brimsdown, and it will be located just here. So we're just going to bring this all the way through. And we're going to continue up to our next station of Enfield Lock, which will be right here. And then just like that, we can continue along here to Waltham Cross. And then we can go along through this and into Cheshire Station, which we'll be coming out from. And what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to put in these bits, so at least this will not break the overground at all. There. And now after Cheshire, the next station will be Broxbourne. So we're going to come around this bend here. And Broxbourne station will be over here. So we're just going to move that across there. And bring this all the way over through these. Just like that. And then the next station that we will have will be up here at Rye House. So this will come along through here and just basically come along through the line and link up to Broxbourne there. I'm also going to have that just going through there because that is where we will be going normally. So now I'm going to just continue along through this section. Come through here, up to our next station of St. Margaret's. This is not to be confused with the St. Margaret's station located all the way over here, but we will continue up this line to our next station of Ware, which will be located in just this spot over here. And then we will just put this down, so we'll just put this over towards here. And then just link this up with the line that we are building in a minute. And from here we will continue over to our final destination of Hertford East, which will be located just over here. And we just link that through and we now have Hertford East also put in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the Stratford to Bishop Stortford line, which we already have this section connected. So all we need to do is go from here. So our first station will be up here, and this will be Roydon Station. So we're just going to curve around this entire section through here. And then come through the line along here. All the way over to Harlow Town Station, which will be located in this spot just here. And just link them, and we can now continue through by coming over that on a bridge and coming straight through to the next station of Harlow Mill, which will be located just here. So link that. I'll just fix that a little bit, and then we will continue through and come up here to the next station of Sawbridgeworth, which will be just here. So now through like this. So now we're just going to come through like this, and we will come up to go through all the way up here to our next station of Bishop Stortford, which will be located just here. So now we are just going to come out from Bishop Stortford, and we are going to come up towards Stansted side, but not actually going into Stansted just yet. So we're just going to bridge over all of this for now, and come up through here, because this will be our next station of Stansted Montfichet, which will come through and then through here, which I'm also going to do into over here, which will be Stansted Airport, and this will come down through here and then tunnel underneath all of this. So we're going to come through underneath all of this, and then come through along here, and then curve onto this bit, and also come through on here, just like that. And we can continue going up the line just like so. So now our next station will be Elsenham, and it will just be over here. And then just like that. And now we're going to come out from Elsenham station and come round, curving all the way up to our next station of Newport. And we'll continue to wiggle its way through all of this section and through to Newport, which will be located just here. And now we're going to bridge over this and then continue to come through all of this and up like so to the next station of Audley's End, just here. And then we're just going to come through to our next station of Great Chesterford. So we are going to come round through Little Chesterford and then over into Great Chesterford over here. And the station will be along here. And we just link that up, which to be fair isn't in the great spot. There we go. And now we're going to continue through like so, and then come around this bend like so, and up here will be the next station of Whittlesford Parkway. So just coming through. So now we're going to come along all the way through up to here, which will be our next station of Shelford. And then we're just going to bring that through and then come through onto the line we have already up to Cambridge. That means from here we have the Cambridge South, Cambridge North, Waterbeach, and also Ely all the way up to Peterborough Dun 2. But also what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out another branch just before Cambridge and put that into that platform all the way over there. And also going to have this come along through here and across into there. But I'm also going to have that third line come through all the way along here. and that will also be a branch we'll be using in today's episode. But before I do all of that, it's time to go all the way over to Ipswich Station, because we are going to be doing the Felixstowe branch. So we're going to come all the way across here up to Westerfield Station. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in Westerfield Station onto a bridge just over here, so we can put it over the road just like this. And I'm also going to have the main line going through there, but also the Felixstowe branch will also be using that section, which we will be using at this current moment of time. So we're just going to come straight through down here. So we're going to continue coming all the way down this section here to our next station of Derby Road, which will be located just here. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it on a curved bit here. So I'm going to drop this all the way down like that, and also down like that. So now from here we are going to just continue pretty much all the way down this branch and go all the way over to our next station of Trimley, which is pretty much nowhere near. Like, we were centre of Ipswich and now we are all the way over at Trimley here, which the station will be along onto this section here, and will be in this spot just here. So now we're just going to bring that through, and also bring this through to our final station of Felixstowe, which will be just down here. So I'm going to put it in this gap over here, and just use this entire section over here for our final station on this branch line, like so. Now that we've got the Felixstowe branch done, we can come all the way back over to Westerfield, because we're going to come all the way through along this, and literally all the way along this section here, and along here, and along up this branch here, for our next station here of Woodbridge. So we're just going to put in the station along through this gap here, and just try our best for this to work like that. And that will be Woodbridge Station. And we are going to come up through here and go to our next station of Melton, which will be located just over here. So now we're going to go to our next station of Wickham Market. Okay, so we're going to bridge over this and make our way all the way over to the station. There's obviously including a lot of water across here. From here we can just move all the way up through this section and then come into Wickham Market Station over here. So now we're just going to put that through like so. So now we're going to come up like this, and basically we're going to connect up with this bit over here, kind of like this up here, and then we're going to just continue along through here, basically bypassing all the little towns and settlements that's along this section too, because our next station will be Saxmundham, and it will be right over here. So we're just going to put that through like that, and we're going to come across like this, and we're going to continue coming straight up like so. And our next station will be just up here, and this will be called Darsham Station. So So just like that, we have that station done, and we can continue our line through. So we're going to keep going up like so, up to our next station of Halesworth, which will be just up here after I fix this little bit there. And the station will be just over here. So now I'm just going to put that through like so, just so it likes it like that. And now we're going to come out like so and kind of bend instantly towards this section. And we're going to come through here. And over here will be our next station, and this will be called Brampton Station. So just like that, we have another station completed. And now we will also continue coming up through this section and all the way through here. That is if the game will allow me to. And we will just tunnel underneath this section into our next station, which will be all the way up here of Beccles Station. So I'm going to put the bottom of the station just over there, and this here will be Beccles Station. So we're going to just come along here and through this gap here and all the way through, and just move this one slightly down just so it can actually work, and then come around and all the way up there, but we'll need to make that work. And then we will be coming up to our station in just a moment's time if the game will stop annoying me. So we're going to come all the way over into here, which will be our next station. And this station will be Olsen Broad South. And this will come up through this and then bridge across all of that. And then back down. This bit over here will be the next station out of Lowestoft, which will be Olsen Broad North. I'm only putting this in for now because we do need to curve off just before the station. And then Lowestoft Station will be all the way over here. And then this will come straight through like this, and then up towards them stations there. So now we've got the first of the Lowestoft branches done. We are going to leave that section because that is for Norwich, and we are going to continue with the Ipswich services. So we're going to come all the way over to Stowmarket over here, and we're going to fill in the Peterborough branch as well. So after this branch, the first station will be Elmswell, and that will be located in, of course, Elmswell over here. So then we're just going to continue through like so, and then we're going to come up through this entire bit here, all the way over to Thurston Station, which will be over in this gap just here. So just link that with the line we already have now. And then we are going to just continue all the way over to our next station of Bury St Edmunds, which will be located just over here. So now this will come all the way through like so, and now we are going to be linking up with Peterborough just after the next station. So we're just going to continue all the way along this line. So I'm going to put that there and also bridge across that and continue our way through. So the next station will be Kennet Station just over here, and I didn't even know this station existed here, but we're just going to put this in just here and link that up with the main line. So now we're going to continue out, come straight through all of these here. And the next branch up to Newmarket will come across this section, but we will not be using that section because we are going to Peterborough at the minute. So we'll continue coming along this section and just tunnel underneath that road and continue going through all the way. We're going to come across this little curve bit here, and we're going to just tunnel underneath this section once again. And then this here will be Sowham Station. I'm just going to remove that just for a second, and I will also need to put this up on a bridge. And just like that, we have Sowham Station put into the line, and we now only have one place to go after this. So we're now going to come up through along here and come across this river over here, and then curve along here and up through Ely Station, which we will then use to go up along this branch to Peterborough. And now we're going to come all the way over to Norwich Station over here, because we are going to use this beautiful bit of track here, and we're going to just go through like that. Also going to have a section going across into the second platform there on both of these tracks. Then I'm also going to bridge across all of this section along through here. And we're also going to be using this line in a bit. But for now, we are going to be doing the branch up to Sheringham. So we will be coming all the way up along through here. And our next station will be Salthouse, which will be located all the way up here. And just have to go through these bits. And the station will be just along this section here. And now we're going to continue going through, which will be coming along here. And then over here will be our next station of Houghton and Wroxham. And we're also going to just do that. And we're also going to fix these tiny bits over here. And just like that, that will be fixed. And now we're going to curve over this direction like this. So we're going to come along this bit here and then come through here, because we are going to come to Worstead Station, which is located nowhere near the town at all. And then we're going to go in a straight line all the way up to the next station over here, which will be North Walsham. So we're just going to come along here. I don't know what this little bit here is, but it is interfering with the tracks, as you can see, for some strange reason. But now we're going to come and continue our line all the way through this section over here. Come all the way into the unknown once again. And up here will be our next station. And this bit here will be Gunton Station. So now we just need to move this slightly over a tiny bit like that. And then just move our way that way. Just fix that. So now from here, what we're going to do is come all the way across through here. And then this station here will be called Roughton Road. So we're just going to put this in, and then just quickly rename the station. And then we're just going to bridge over that. And then we're going to come round all of this section here. I will be coming into Cromer Station over here. And then we will also be going back along up here. And I'm also just going to quickly put this section in as well, like that. And then this will come around here. And then this will be our next station of West Runton. And then the next station will be our final stop on this branch, which will be Sheringham Station. And the station will be located in this gap just over here. So just going to move that over to 200 meters and then link this up just like that. And now we're going to come back over to Norwich because we are going to continue on this branch section and continue through along just like this. So our next station will be just over here, and this will be called Brundle Gardens. And then we will continue around this bend, also just going to make that a little bit better. And over here will be the next station of Brundle. So that will just continue through like that, but we need to quickly connect that first, and also just fix this bit, just like so, and then continue through these little gaps here. So I'm just going to move that over slightly, because this bit here will be the other branch down to Lowestoft, and the line that we are currently working on will be just this one here. This will come up like so to the next station of Lingwood, which will be just in this gap here. So just link that up, and we can now move on to our next station, which will be in the town. So we're going to come through here to our next station of Ackle, just over here. So I'm just going to put that through there and put that up around there, and then this will be Ackle station like that. And now we're just going to come through this entire section here, and then bridge over this river too, and then come through around this area, come here, bridge over this one once again, and then all the way through just up this little branch bit here. I'm just going to put this little branch to that bit. Oh Jesus. I'm also just going to put this branch through like that, even though we will not be using that section in today's video. And then over in this gap over here will be Great Yarmouth Station. So I'm just going to put in that bit of the platform, and then come around all the way like that. And just like that, Great Yarmouth Station is done, so we can now come back over here. And now we're going to do the line down to Lowestoft. So we're just going to put in our next station just in this spot here. And this station will be Buckingham. I put this one up on a bridge because if I didn't, the game would shout at me for where the station is. But we're just going to continue coming through here if we can. I think this one here is just the main problem. Yep. And I'm just going to continue coming along through here to our next station of Cantley, which will be just in here. And then also going to just fix this conflict up there, and put in a Cantley station there. And then we will just fast forward all the way over to our next station, which will be right here. And this here will be Freedom Station. So also going to quickly fix that, and then also put that through. And now we will come through down like this, and over, and then across through this section here. I'm also just going to come back up here and just add in this bit, even though we will not be going through that section up to Great Yarmouth yet, or even in today's episode either. So we're just going to continue coming through along this section. hopefully. So the next station will be right over here, and this will be Haddis Coast Station. So we're just going to put this through like that, and now we're just going to come along through this entire gap here, and then come along this bridge over here, and also come back up here just to fix that, and also fix that. But most importantly, put in our next station of Summerleton, just like so, and then through, and then we will come across through this section and all the way down to the station we built earlier, which would be Alton Broad North. But that depends when and where the station is and how many more of these stupid bits we have to go through. But just like that, we are through to Lowestoft. So now the final branch I have to do is the Norwich to Stansted, but we already have this section coming out of Norwich, which will come all the way through along here, through Ely, Cambridge, and all the way through down here at Bishop Stortford, well, just before Bishop Stortford, and come into Stansted Express. So that means the Greater Anglia is done, and it will cost us $1,366,320,323. So now we are going to build our blueprint for the line. So now we are going to create a brand new line. So this will be the Liv Street to Norwich branch that we started off the episode with. So we're going to zoom all the way over to Liverpool Street over here, and I'm also going to opt for a line over here, and we're also going to come into Stratford over there, then all the way up to Chelmsford, Colchester, Manningtree, Ipswich, Stowmarket, Diss, and finally Norwich all the way up there. But we're going to bounce back the line, go to Diss, Stowmarket, Ipswich, Manningtree, Colchester, Chelmsford, and finally Stratford. So now I'm going to come all the way down to here, and I'm going to shove on a train on this branch just to see how many I need, and I will need 2 more to give this line an hourly service. So now we're also going to do Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria by going into a different platform this time, but we were stopping at Stratford, Romford, Shenfield, and then all the way down this line through to the end, then into Southend Victoria, and then bouncing back out along the line. So I'm also going to put a train onto that service, and I'm also going to put a second one on, so the train is every 45 minutes, which is close enough to every hour. So I've put on extra trains to make this as close enough to every 20 minutes as possible. And for the Norwich line, it is actually a train every... It's actually 2 trains an hour, so it should actually be every 30 minutes. So now I'm going to come all the way over to Wickford, and I'm also going to put in the little Southminster branch across this section here. This will be every 40 minutes. So I'm literally going to put in a 1 train, and it will be exactly every 40 minutes. And now we're going to have a Liverpool Street to Ipswich branch. So we're going to stop at Liverpool Street, Stratford, Shenfield, Chelmsford, Hatfield, Witham, Kelvedon, Markstay, Colchester, Manningtree, and finally Ipswich. And then we're going to bounce back along. And then this line will be a train every hour, so an hour, 3 minutes will be close enough. So next one will be Liverpool Street to Colchester Town. So I'm just going to opt to use this one again. So then Stratford, Shenfield, Chelmsford, and then all of these ones along up here. Then Colchester and Colchester Town. And we're just going to come back along the line once again. And then this will also be a train every hour, but 50 minutes is close enough. And now we're going to have a Liverpool Street to Braintree service. So we're going to come all the way along through this section once again. And then we're going to stop at all these stops along here and also up this branch line here. And just fix that. And then we will come back down this section here. So we don't stop at Hatfield on this one, but we will stop at Chelmsford, Ingatestone, Shenfield, and then Stratford. And then this one will also be a train every hour, but 45 minutes is close enough. So now we will do the Liverpool Street to Clacton service. So Stratford, Shenfield, Ingatestone, Chelmsford, Witham, Kelvedon, and then all along through this section. And then one train and two trains will make that a train every 1 hour and 10 minutes. So now we're going to come all the way over to Colchester Town, and then we're going to come out and then come all the way through these. Then come into Bolton, then back out. And then we're going to go straight into Colchester Town after Hythe. And I'm only going to put on one train, which is 53 minutes, close enough to the hour we need. So now we're going to come up to Manningtree, and we are going to come all the way along this branch through here up to Harwick. And basically I'm just going to shove on one train, and that will be a train every 30 minutes, but it actually runs every hour, but I only have one train, so that will do just fine. Now I'm going to come over to Marks T, and we're just going to do this line along here up to Sudbury, then all the way back down, and then just have one train on that as well, meant to be every hour, but 24 will do. So now we're going to come all the way back over to Liverpool Street, and we're going to opt for this branch. I'm going to come all the way up to Hackney Downs, come along this section up to Tottenham Hale, Northumberland Park, Enfield Lock, Wardham Cross, Cheshire, Broxbourne, then all of these stops along this section, and then we're going to come back down this section here, and just like that I'm going to shove on a train and a second one to make it every 33 minutes, which is close enough to every half hour. There's also a short shuttle service between Stratford, Lea Bridge, Tottenham Hale, Northumberland Park and Meridian Water. So we're just going to bounce this between them and only put on one train every 22 minutes, which is close enough to the every half hour. And now I'm also going to use the same thing. So Lea Bridge, Tottenham Hale, Northumberland Park, Enfield Lock, Wardham Cross, Cheshire, fuck's sake, Broxbourne, Roydon, both Harlows, Sawbridge and Bishop Stortford, and then we're just going to come back down the line like so. So now I'm going to put on one train and a second train for a train every 39 minutes, which is close enough to a train every hour, half hour. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come through up here, all the way up to Tottenham Hale, Cheshire, Broxbourne, Roydon, both Harlows and Sawbridgeworth, Bishop Stortford, Fake Stansted, Elsenham, basically all of these stops up here, all the way up to Cambridge station over here, and then just bounce down the line. And go all the way down to Tottenham Hale. I'm going to put on 4 trains for a train every 33 minutes, which is close enough to every half hour. So now we're going to go all the way over to Ipswich. So we're going to use this platform for now and stop at Westerfield, Derby Road, Trimley and Felixstowe. Basically just go back up, put on a single train for a train every half hour. So now we're going to do the Greater Anglia Ipswich to Lowestoft by going across every single station along this line here. I'm going to put on 1 train and a second for a train every 48 minutes. And now we're going to come all the way down to Ipswich again, and we're going to come straight over to Stowmarket, Bury St Edmunds, Soham, Ely, Manor, March, Whittlesea, and finally Peterborough. So I'm going to bounce back along this top branch here. Nope. I'm just going to shove on 2 trains for now, for a train every 1 hour 7 minutes, which is close enough to every hour. So now we're going to come to Norwich, going to use the top platform and come all the way along this line. And do something like this. And I'm just going to shove on a train on this. So now what we're going to do is we are going to opt for the middle platform here for the Great Yarmouth line. So we're going to stop at both Brendel platforms and also stop all the way through these stations and then come through along like so, straight back into Norwich. I'm going to put on 1 train and that will be close enough to every hour. I'm also going to use that platform, and I'm also going to go to Great Yarmouth via this branch through Reedham, which will be just slightly so longer. So now we will come along like so, put in 1 train for a train every 46 minutes. And following that line we just did, we are going to be using pretty much the majority of that route, but coming off at Reedham and coming all the way down to Lowestoft through Alton Broad North. So now we're going to come back up and go all the way through into Norwich like that. So I'm going to shove on 1 train like this, which is every 57 minutes, which is close enough to every hour. So now we are going to use this platform at Norwich, and we're going to follow all of these stations all along this branch through Thetford, Brandon, Shippey Hill, Ely, Cambridge North, Cambridge and Cambridge South, Whittlesford Parkway, Audley End and Stansted Airport. So now we're just going to stop at just those stations and then go non-stop all the way back up the line, all the way to Norwich up there. And just like that, I'm going to put on 2 trains and a third to make it a train every hour from that platform at Norwich. And now I'm going to fast forward an entire day to see how much money the Greater Anglia makes in a single day. So now we have fast forwarded an entire 24 hours to see how much money the Greater Anglia makes in a single day. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add them all up just to see how much money it makes in total. So the Colchester to Water makes 400,000, the Ipswich to Felixstowe makes just over 300,000, the Lowestoft makes 500,000, Peterborough makes 800,000, the Braintree branch makes 700,000, the Cambridge makes just over 2 million, Clacton makes 1.2 million, Colchester just makes under a million, and so does the Hertford line. The Liverpool Street to Norwich makes 3.7 million, the Southend just makes over 2 million, Manningtree makes 200k, Sudbury makes 100k, Norwich to Lowestoft makes 200k, Norwich to Stansted makes 600k, and I also just missed out the Sheringham one, which makes just over 300k. The Ackle branch for the Yarmouth makes 100k, and so does the Freedom branch, making just less than that. Then Stratford to Bishop Stortford makes 800k. Then the Meridian and Water branch makes 500k. Wickford to Southminster makes 306,530, which brings the total to 17,632,895 in total for the Greater Anglia. So this means the Greater Anglia is the 5th most expensive line in total, costing 1.3 billion and having the 2nd most revenue after the GWR with 17 million, which is still 7 million less than GWR. Anyways, the next episode will be the Heathrow Express, so I will see you all then for next episode. Goodbye.